Hello, greetings from Soulful Parenting for Early Childhood, and welcome to this video. So, are you a parent of a 3-year-old, a 2.5-year-old, a 3.5-year-old, or a 4-year-old, 4.5-year-old who is wondering how I can raise an independent child, or how I can raise my child so that he is independent? And maybe you are going through all these umpteen number of parenting milestones, the charts that are available on the internet, and you are wondering, oh, a three-year-old should be able to tie his lace. Oh, a 4-year-old should be able to lay the bed sheet. Oh, a 2-year-old should be able to open the bottle cap. Okay, is my child doing it or not? And maybe you are comparing, maybe you are kind of worrying, maybe he's not able to do it, maybe there is a mistake on my side that the child is not being able to do it, the child is not able to do it. And then maybe you also come across another article that says it's wrong for the parent to help a child with some things, with the tasks that the child is already able to do, right? Like you shouldn't help a child with something that the child actually knows to do, or that the child can do. If the child can do, then you shouldn't help the child with it, right? Did you come across those quotes? Just type out in the chat box what kind of articles or quotes, or these are the usual stuff that are kind of becoming viral on the internet. But let me clarify you some things. Yes, we all want our children to be independent and all of that stuff. And yes, the foundation is laid in the early childhood. But the right kind of foundation comes from the thinking that's there in the parent's mind here. And that can come only when we open up our mind to look at the true picture, to look at a holistic picture or a bigger picture of what is actually independence, what is actually being independent, right? Is there anybody who is actually independent in this world? So the foundation actually comes, yes, it is laid in the early childhood, but that starts from this mindset here in the parent's mind, right? If you don't work on what we have, on what kind of perspectives we have on independence, if you don't work on that in our mind, and we are going by all the charts and milestones that we are seeing all across the internet, we cannot do justice to our child, right? Because every child is unique, every parent is unique, every situation is unique, and every the combination of this parent, child, and that situation is unique. The solution has to be unique. It is not just another solution that comes from the internet, or that comes from just another milestone chart, or what is this age appropriate activities chart or something like that, right? So this needs to go deep within the parent's mind. So what do you think about independent? What do you think about being independent? Is there anyone in this world who is actually independent? Just think over. If you are having a good day right now, if you are having a good time right now, if you have done all your kitchen tasks, if you have done all your office tasks, if you have done all your home tasks, well, maybe very well, and you think you are independent in doing all these tasks on your own, maybe you didn't depend on anybody. Let me bring you this point. You were dependent, or maybe I was dependent, we were dependent on the milkman that got the milk at the right time, in the right shape, at the right place to our house, right? We were dependent on the trash picker. We were dependent on the community helper. We were dependent on the gatekeeper. We were dependent on maybe any house help that you have that visits your house, right? So we may be thinking that I have finished all the kitchen tasks or the home tasks on my own. I am such an independent person. I don't require anybody's help. Let us revisit that statement again. We are dependent on a certain set of people across various walks of life. It's not just about whether they are from your home, whether they are from a particular section of the society or something like that. This society is a beautifully interwoven society of people who are interdependent on each other, right? For the milkman to get the right milk in the right shape, in the right quantity, at the right time, to the right place, to your home, he was dependent on the person who was milking the cow or the buffalo, right? So there's a whole lot of process that goes behind the scenes, which one doesn't bother much, one doesn't care much. All what we bother is about what's happening at just one level outside my eye on this physical plane. And if it's not going wrong, if it's going wrong, we are upset. If it's going good, we are kind of proud of ourselves or of the child. But let us just get into the true picture of what's actually happening behind the scenes for any person to be successful in life. So, again, successful in life, breaking it down, successful in your day. If you have to have a good day, you are dependent on the milkman, on the house help, on the community helper, on the, say, the trash picker, on various other people, other different people from various other walks of life, right? And this is just one example or one kind of example that I have given you. Now, there is another kind of thing. So, when we are, again, when we are judging the child, so maybe you are stopping yourself from helping your 3-year old or 3.5-year old thinking, oh my God, I read in that chart that a 3-year old should be able to tie his laces, and I'm not going to help my 3.5-year old now. If she, I know she'll definitely call me to tie her lace, and I'm not going to go to her this time. So, who is adamant? The parent is adamant here. I am going to be adamant and stop myself from helping my child because the chart said so, right? Or the 2.5-year-old gets the water bottle to you, and you are like, you will be able to do it. You can open the lid. Just turn it this side. Just turn it this way. Just turn it that way. Yes, 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 you can achieve it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Do you see yourself doing all these things just because that chart told you that a 2-year-old should be able to open the water bottle cap, the lid of the water bottle, right? Unscrewing the lid of the water bottle, right? Do you resonate with me? Or you are kind of again being adamant that your 5-year-old or 4.5-year-old should lay the bed sheet just because another milestone chart has told you that a 4-year-old should be able to lay the bed sheets, right? And when they don't do it, we think they are being adamant. But the point is, we are being adamant by stopping ourselves from helping our child. So now, I mean, are you wondering that I mean to say that you should be doing everything for the child, right? Uh, I don't say anything. These are two statements. Help your child with everything that the child needs, and do not help the child with what the child is already, or with what the child already can do. Right? There are two statements. This one cannot be 100% right. This one cannot be 100% right. It all depends on that unique child, on that unique parent, and that unique situation. This trio: the child, the parent, and the scenario, right? The solution depends on this unique trio: the child, the parent, and the scenario. If you want a solution to come up from the internet, it doesn't work for you. If you want a solution to come up from some technique, parenting technique, it doesn't work for you. The solution needs to come from within you, and that can happen only when you work on your mindset. So, yeah, let me come back to all the story of being independent and all of that stuff. Now, so life is full of challenges, right? Even at this age, you are facing a set of challenges at every phase in our life. We keep facing challenges, and at we maybe you have certain goals you have, and you are facing some challenges to achieve those goals, right? Now, when we are going through any challenge in life, isn't it important that we know clearly how much of this challenge or how much of this task am I able to do? How much of it can I do on my own? How much of it do I need help with? Right? You should know that. I mean, you should be aware of your skills. You should assess how much of it can you do. Okay, is it 40% that you can do? Is it 60% that you can do? Maybe you have a goal, and there are some components in that which you are not good at, or maybe you are good at but you are more good at something else. So why not put your time in that what you are very good at, very much good at, and maybe you can delegate the other tasks for some to someone else. Or maybe you really need help with certain components that take you to achieving that goal. So now you should be able to know how much of it can you do it on your own, how much of help do you require, what I mean, who are the persons, I mean, yeah, who is that person who can actually help you with, what is the question, what is the right question that you can ask that person, how is it that you can put forward your request, and ultimately getting help from that person. Don't you think this is a very important skill for a person of any age? You read through many all these self-help books and personality books. A very important and a very artful step in the process of achieving any goal is to ask. Asking the right question, asking to the right person, asking at the right time, asking the right thing, and getting it done, right? Now, to be able to do that, one should actually be able to assess oneself. How much of it am I able to do it on my own? Now, do you feel, now again, coming back to it, do you ask for help? Do you feel you will be looked down upon as someone who is not actually capable of doing something when you ask for help? Why do you think, again, why do you think these thoughts have come upon you? Didn't it start in the childhood? As children, when they are denying to say that the challenge of tying up their shoelaces, and the parent, the adult, is maybe looking down upon the child, you are not even able to do that simple thing. Maybe a 4-year old, maybe a 5-year old, maybe the teacher or the parent or any kind of adult is looking down upon that child. That's such a simple task. You just try another time, try another time, try another time. And the child is going through so much of judgment, so much of shaming by that adult, that that child, when the child is an adult, right now, it's you. We feel we will be judged when we ask something from a person. We feel we will be shamed upon when we are asking for something from any help from another person, right? Do you think so? Now, and most importantly, we do not even know how much of it, I mean, this process of assessment of how much am I good at, or what am I good at, and what I need to ask for help also is not set in our process of achieving our goal. We just keep moving round and round and round and round, thinking, I'm spending so much of time, I'm still not able to accomplish my goal. That's because there are some tasks, there are some components for which you need outside resources, be it people, be it books, be it internet, be it some other tools, or be it anything. You need help from outside resources. Let us let us understand the fact that asking for help is not bad. Just, it is important for you, even when you are an adult. And most importantly, that kind of thinking, that kind of mindset is very important for the child. The child should be able to assess himself. What is it that I can do on my own? How much of it should I ask for help? And what is the right way of asking for help? Maybe just imagine that maybe the child is being judged so much that the child stops himself from asking for help. Again, the child is wanting to try it on his own, on his own, on his own, and simply gets demotivated, and all kinds of things like low self-esteem, low self-image, and all of that sets in, right? Now, having said this, I don't mean failing and trying is a bad thing. Failing and trying is a very good thing. Is a very good thing, but when the motivation to keep retrying is coming from oneself, right? We need that inner drive to keep doing it, and doing it. When do you get that inner drive? You will get that inner drive when your true self knows that you are meant to do it. You are good at it. When you don't get that inner drive to do it, and someone else is kind of motivating you, yes, 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 you can do it, you can open that lid, you can climb up that step, you can lift up something, everything will go wrong. Like everything is chaotic at that moment, right? Your true self is telling you that maybe you need help from a grown up at this point of at this point of time, maybe in accomplishing some task, say by a 5-year-old or 6-year-old. That is a true self that's actually telling him that maybe you need help from some grown up. And then there is this judgmental self that has been created by, again, by the adults around in the child, saying, no, 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 if you ask for help, then you'll have to listen to another big lecture from your mother or your father. Just leave it, just forget about this task and get out of it. When someone asks you, you can give them some or the other answer, right? Manipulating, sneaking, hiding, right? Everything starts. There are many things that start from or because of the parent being unaware of looking at any situation in a from a bigger picture point of view, or from a holistic point of view, or from knowing what's happening behind the scenes point of view, right? So don't go strict on saying from seeing all these charts and milestones, saying I have to raise my child independent. My child has to be independent. I should not help my child with tying of laces or laying the bed sheet or whatever the child can do. My child has to do. Even though you know how to serve your own food, don't you feel pleasant when someone else serves food for you, right? There is a very important component called emotions that come into place for a human being. And these emotions needs to be respected. These emotions need to be respected. The feelings need to be respected. It's more than anything that you look that is seen at the physical plane. Again, whenever you are in conflict with your child, right? It's not about she's always asking for help from me. I think I should stop helping her so that she will start doing things on her own, right? All these extreme kind of statements do not work. One has to be strong in the core within. The parent has to be strong in the core within. Then solutions automatically come to you regarding how much of help you can do to your child, how you should be able to talk to your child, and all of that stuff, right? So how do you think this video will play a role in your parenting journey? Just type out in the comment section below. And in the description of this video, I've given you a link that takes you to the list, to the WhatsApp list, to which I keep sending you more insights on soulful parenting for early childhood for 0 to 7-year-old. Make sure you subscribe to that list and stay tuned to whatever I'm sharing. And also make sure you implement whatever you are learning through these videos in your parenting journey, because only when you implement can you see the difference. Only when you implement can you bring out the genius within your child. It's only the parents who are actually stopping the child from living his true life. So make sure you're aware of all these things and meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.